But I didn't know. Like I heard Angel and I've seen Angel talk about it, and I sit back and I'm like, oh, it ain't that bad. Everybody, LeBron, all these people, got people talking about him, and on social media, that's the era we're in. And then just our little video and just whatever the 50 comments that we got, I'm looking like, damn, if she's getting this times 1,000, that's terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's crazy, man.
But you get I mean, unfortunately for her, she kind of checks the double box of being black, which triggers white people to begin with, and having any degree of success. And then you have her being a woman, which triggers all the dudes that are angry at women, on a constant basis.
100%. But I do think it still stems from the Caitlin Clark thing. What's funny, y'all, is we was talking a little bit about Angel Reese and Coleman been betting on some of her games lately and stuff like that. She's been balling. But last week we really did our first Angel Reese solo topic, because most of the time we talk about the NBA
in the context of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, most of the time it's in the context of Caitlin Clark, WNBA and stuff like that, or is it Caitlin Clark beefing with Angel Reese, things like that. But so we did our first clip, and I put it up, and on TikTok and YouTube, and see, and today the theme for me is I want to call out the weird dudes. Some weird ass dudes.
There's plenty of them.
Some weird ass niggas in this world, and it's so weird. And I put up the thing, and here goes the thing. The thing about sports is, it's you have your favorite players and your favorite people. That's cool. That's sports.
Right.
But it gets weird when it's Angel Reese has been balling lately, and so to comment stuff this dude on TikTok, we put up the video, and his comment was he posted the picture, the monkey picture, and I had of Angel Reese and looking like a monkey, right? And I had heard about RG3 on Twitter,
yeah,
and he came and he posted the picture, and his thing was, oh, this is wrong and this is that, but he posted the picture on his big platform. He's a fucking weirdo too.
Shaq say he gonna punch his ass.
somebody say he's tracking to become the new Jason Whitlock.
He's much worse than Jason Whitlock. I don't even put Jason. That's a whole different thing. Jason is a whole different thing. RG3 he's a class A weirdo, and it's just why are grown ass men? You a grown ass man. How do you have so much animosity towards a woman that plays sports? That's weird to me.
Yeah.
It's okay, Pink doesn't like the sport, it's whatever. You don't like the sport, or you think Caitlin Clark is better. If you're in that camp, you just think Caitlin Clark is better. But that's fucking weird to be hating on somebody because they're a black woman athlete or something. I don't even fucking know. It's so weird. I can't even wrap my head around the fucking.
What is the critique? They made a picture of a monkey and her. Or
yes, yeah. That's the latest.
Like a monkey.
And who generated this?
It was somebody on Twitter generated it, and then it started making the rounds, right?
Okay.
And it became viral. It became viral though when RG3 retweeted it with on his platform. That's when it became viral, but it was out for a while.
But he retweeted it trying to say you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
That's just bad. That's just dumb. Yeah.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot. But more so though, just all of the grown and go through our comments on TikTok and YouTube and just look at how they're talking. It's you're fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
That's all, man.
But we exist at a very weird time.
Yeah.
There's so many people that get triggered about stuff that just really is not important. Yeah. And it's just we're literally we're in a super weird time.
But I didn't know. I heard Angel and I've seen Angel talk about it, and I sit back and I'm like, oh, it ain't that bad. Everybody, LeBron, all these people, got people talking about him and on social media. That's the era we're in. And then just our little video and just whatever the 50 comments that we got, I'm looking like, damn, if she's getting this times 1,000, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's crazy, man.
But you get like, again, like you know, I mean, unfortunately for her, she like kind of checks the double box of being black, which triggers white people to begin with, and having any degree of success, and then you have her being a woman, which triggers all the dudes that are angry at women, you know, on a constant basis.
100%. But I do think it still stems from the Caitlin Clark thing. I think there's a double thing that happened, and we didn't talk a lot about the other side. We talked about how it propelled Caitlin, and we talked about that for a while. That moment from the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese thing in college, it propelled Caitlin and made her this, you know, whatever, superhero amongst the whites, and that's how, you know, white people, and that's how she became this huge star. And then she's balling and stuff too, whatever. But the other side of it is now Angel Reese, she became like a villain in that same community of people.
100%, because you can't have one without the other.
Yeah,
you can't have a hero without a villain. And that was that moment, and we've talked about that moment when they crossed paths in that game. Angel Reese became the black villain, and Caitlin Clark became the white hero.
Yeah,
and that formed their careers in that moment, in a way beyond basketball. And you know, in promotionally, it's probably good for the WNBA.
Yeah,
and the reality was, like, Bird and Magic had some of the same things.
I was going to ask you that because that's before my time. But did Magic receive that same kind of
I don't
vitriol?
know, because like the reality is that was pre-social media. And if you were going to give somebody the business, not only pre-social media, it was like you had really very few media outlets. Like, it was limited. You didn't have everybody and their brother with a podcast or a YouTube channel. You had like the networks, and you had local news, and kind of that was it. You know, and a little bit of stuff on cable, but cable wasn't really covering sports like that. They were doing movies. So like there were so many elements that were not in play in terms of the accessibility of just a random person from their couch to say something, you know, negative or deplorable about Magic Johnson. So I don't think it was the same in that level, but it definitely triggered in that way. You know, white people have an inferiority complex. And if there's a white person who looks like they can do something at a high level, it just triggers whiteness. You know, Larry Bird was white Jesus before Jordan was black Jesus.
Yeah.
And just the notion that he was going to go against the smiling black star of the Lakers, and you know, that was it. That's all that white people needed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go back. I mean, like, it was in everything though. Like, you had, I think it was in the heavyweight title or heavyweight fighting, Larry Holmes was the champion, and he fought a white guy named Jerry Cooney, who had like almost no real resume, was just a big goofy guy that knocked some people out. And that got hyped up to a major title fight.
Yeah.
And all it was a major mismatch. but that's what you get. There's that thing. I mean, the movie Rocky.
Boxing might have started it all.
The movie Rocky, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you go, okay, but yeah, and absolutely the boxing.
In sports, I'm talking about.
You go back to Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Winning the heavyweight title. Then they got him on the Mann Act, which is the same thing they got Diddy on. And you know, once he lost, no black fighter got a title shot for like, I believe, 12 to 15 years. Not a shot. Not one fight where you could potentially win the title.
Yeah.
Of a heavyweight title. So, same thing. You know, you elect Obama, and then you elect this motherfucker. It is, and again,
it's America.
Couple months ago, I read the 1619 Project, and it's really kind of like the history of race in America, and in all phases. And the consistent pattern is any measure of progress by black people is met with like a reactionary bunch of bullshit. It's just a consistent pattern since 1619. Like, we're 4 centuries deep in this shit, and it hasn't changed, and it's probably not gonna. You know, that's the crazy part. But again, you know, from what we started with back with Angel Reese, you know, when that moment made Caitlin Clark the white hero, it made the black villain too, and she's had to carry that burden.
Yeah.
Now she's I mean, I guess the fascinating thing is she is still in some way profited from that association.
Oh yeah. She's taking advantage now.
But like that, the reality of what she probably hears and receives on a day-to-day basis in terms of the insults, the negativity, I'm sure there's a lot of threats, like somewhat legitimate threats that can't be dismissed, that are now a part of her life, that that kind of came with the the financial boost. It's not a great place to be in.
Yeah.
By any means.
No, that's for sure. What you think? What you think, Coco?
Oh, I think the whole. Well, see, looking at this, the whole thing, even with LSU first hour, when they went and played and they won, and Angel Reese threw her hand up.
Right.
So the whole shit was LSU really fucked the world up when they beat Iowa, because it was already planned for Caitlin Clark to go to the White House. That shit was already planned. They just fucking lost. So it fucked the world. You know what I'm saying? It fucked the world up.
And that's all their plans up.
Yeah, but then they was like, okay. I think it was because Caitlin and Angel Reese said they don't have no problem with each other. But the WNBA was like, you know what? Fuck this. We got to capitalize on this. So I think the media and the WNBA clicked up and like, you know what? We're going to make this shit a problem. But it really ain't a problem. You know what I'm saying? You got to think. They benefited off of it. And it's just like, but what messed me up about the whole thing is they don't even play the same fucking position. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they don't.
Yeah, it's not even like, it's not like a matchup.
Yeah, they'll never guard each other.
No,
so
that's
that
a
was,
good point.
You know what I'm saying? But even, I don't know, the shit weird. But it's always gonna, but anything, it's always gonna be black and white. It don't, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Just like Cooper, what's his name? Cooper Flag?
Yeah.
Come on, they already done made Cooper Flag better than fucking LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do that.
Yeah.
You got to do that. That's just America. You got to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In sports, there's some shit you got to do.
It's almost like they went to a lab and created him, like Flag as a name. Like that's crazy. Right. That's a crazy coincidence.
Just everything too, like coming from Maine.
Yeah.
Not any sort of hot spot of basketball.
Yeah.
There's so many elements, and again, it has been a discussion for a couple of years. The lack of American-born white players.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the higher level guys in the league that are white are pretty much European.
Yeah, overseas.
And so just to have an American-born, American white player capable of functioning at the highest level, that's not anything we've had for a long time.
Yeah 100%.
But I'm gonna show you something. Even when they made it big, like Bronny playing Cooper Flag, they got Bronny guarding Cooper Flag just for it. Like, bro, it's just crazy. Like, but I think now it's just entertainment now, man.
Yeah,
it's just entertainment now. It ain't really I don't know. It's weird to me. All of it weird to me, but
that's the theme of the show, man. I gotta call out this weird shit, man. It's getting weird out here, man. No, but that's what's up. And the last thing I was gonna say to this, because I was thinking about it as y'all was talking, I think I see a new trend coming. We talked about that the white girl who was doing remixes to Missy Elliott song.
Oh, the miserable white rapper.
I seen another white girl today on social media. She was trending. She's rapping. She's like real skinny, and she's doing like this country rap thing. But she's rapping, but it sounds a little like the song was called Country something. And like and she was on one of those hip hop pages on IG. I think that might be the next trend coming. Like white girls that's rapping and trying to get in with the Sexy Reds and stuff like that. Because she sounds and looks like just like a white version of Sexy Red.
Yeah.
And I see that coming. And that's going to like create a divide. Because, the black-white thing rapping. And then, Eminem went through it early on. And I think we're going to go through that phase next.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a short phase. Because, in all seriousness, the talent's not there.
Yeah.
And again, the talent isn't on the women's rap game anyway. It's just, slut rap for the most part that doesn't have much enduring value. And if you're just going to line up some white girls to do the same thing, who cares, man?
Yeah. Yeah. Because the one thing one thing they're missing is at least Meg is thick as a motherfucker. I don't even like Meg. You know what I'm saying?
Klay Thompson does.
But at least I can watch a video and get some satisfaction out of it. You know what I'm saying? This white girl earlier today, she like 90 pounds, talking about. She had like a bar in there talking about I'm thinking, Kurt. No, you ain't. You're not.